Hey everybody, let me start our first application in Android. So to get started, I have here Android Studio. Open it, I click start a new Android project. Here I give a name for my project. So what I want to do in this tutorial, I want to do simple calculator. So I will name it calculator demo. This is the name of my project. This is the domain name. You have to have a unique name for your domain. You could give it any domain name. For example, com. I could give it domain hussein.com. This is my domain. If you see here it's changing. This is the real thing. This is my application ID in the store. What I mean by my application ID in the store, you go to the store, I mean Google Play Store here, and you search for find my phone or not my phone, my iPhone, whatever. If you click on any app, you will see this app have specific ID here. If you go and see another app, you will see that app have different ID. So you cannot have ID same as another app ID. So you cannot have this ID in your project. If you have it same, you cannot upload your project to the Google Play. So make sure you have unique ID. If you see here, this is the ID. If you want to change it also, you could edit here. So for example, you could change it to com.hussein.calculator. To make sure there is no ID like this one, just very basic, just go back to and replace this one with this ID and make sure there is no other ID. So if you say not found, that means no other people using your ID, which is great. This is for upload time, not now. So here, do you want to use C++? No, I'm not using C++. Here, you define the place where you want to save your project. By default, you save it in the Android Studio project. You could select any place to save your project. I will click next. If you see this screen you define which type of application you want to develop. Here, I want to develop phone and tablet. And all these tutorials, we will talk about phone and tablet. You could develop application also on Android using Wear devices or TV. All these using same way, but for all tutorial we'll focus on phone and tablet. If you see here, what's the minimum SDK? That means what minimum SDK you want your application to support. If you see, or you know, Android have API from 1 and now they are in 25, which is Android O. So if you say I will support 19, that means any version before 19 this application will not work on. So make sure from this one. If you want to support 23, any version before 23 will not work, but 23 and after will work. So I prefer to use 15 because it's mostly like you cover most devices. Don't do last version. If you do last version, so you will cover only the devices who have Android O, which is only around 1% from the market. But if you do like this thing, for example, if you see, if I change it to 19, he say, hey, you will cover 73 from the market. If I increase it to 12, we say, hey, 97 of the market. If it's 12, I would say 12 is best. I don't prefer to go to 9 because there is some features does not work on 9, so it's better to do it 12 and after, and because you want to use ads next. So see how many devices I could cover if I do it 12. So now this application will support device target API 12 and after. Click next. Click empty activity. I will not change anything by default. Keep it on empty activity. If you see, he will do for us main activity and just focus on this name. Click finish. We will wait for some time until he will create complete project for us, or very simple Android project. Doesn't have any complex thing. So let me wait and see what is going on. Here we go. After a while, this screen is updated, and you will see this one. Just close it, and you see you have number of folders. To get started, I would prefer first to click run and show you what is data flow and what has happened. So just click run and see the Android device. You let me see what is going on, so you could track everything step by step. Here we go. After a while, you will see the screen. You have in the title calculate demo because we named our project calculate demo, and you see here hello world. So that's great. That's our first application is run. But how this application run and how this screen show up? So I will tell you step by step. If you go to folder name it app and you open it, you will go to src, this folder. Then you go to main. If you see here in main, I have 3 different folders. One of them Java, one of them resource, one of them Android main first. Double click on Android main first. This is the first file that fire when any Android application run. When you click it run, first thing run is this file. So he go and scan this file and he will look for any activity. So he have this activity. If you see tag name it activity, we'll go on details about XML in next videos. But just think about it in this way. He will go to this activity and he will look for any activity that have this filter. If you see filter main and launcher, that means this activity should fire off first one. So from this activity, you see this name. He say, hey, this is Java file name. If I click Control, if I want to go to this one, so just go to Java and you'll see same name. Did you see main activity? This is main activity. So the first Java file will fire this, which will be this file. When he come to this file, see he just extend app compact activity. Don't care about app compact activity. Something from Android that allow normal class to support UI. I know in Java you never seen app compact activity. This is something from Android that allow your device to allow this class to support UI access. If you see the first class that run in this type of classes, name it onCreate. onCreate, when it's run, first thing you just call super class that you don't care about it. So the second thing is set view. So he want to display a view for us. From where he will display this view? He will display it from R, that's mean resource. I have this resource, R, dot layout. That's mean he go to folder name it layout inside it. Then dot activity main. If you go inside it, this is activity main. He will display this layout for us. I know you don't understand what this means. Go to design, you will see it. You will see this layout. If you try to zoom in, see, this is the one. Is this the real one? This is same one that we have it here? Yes, exactly. This is same one. If I just click on this one, this is just normal tool that someone dragged from this toolbox. If you see here, we have toolbox. If I just slow it down. So every tool, when you select it, it's have number of properties. If you see this is text, that means the text that should appear on this tool. If you see it here, if you could change it also. So you could do a lot. Let me just wait. Here, if I select this one and I click on this text, I could change it. So I would name it welcome user. So if I see the data will be here, welcome user. Now when I click run, I have to see welcome user on that screen, not hello world, because I changed the text. So you know the process. First of all, he go to manifest go to the class, and the class fire up the activity. So here you go, I have welcome user. So now what you understand? You understand every Java file have layout that appear to the user. So something you want to do it in background in Java file, something appear to user, this XML. If you see the extensions .xml, as I told you, don't care about XML. We will go on details about this or this thing. Now, what I want to do simple, very, very simple calculator. So let me just take off this one just by click on it and delete it. So now I want to do simple calculator. If you see, I have different tools here. What I have, plain text, email, password. This is input box. Let me just take this one, text field. If you see, just I added, drag it, drop it. Then I just add hint. Hint means hint for the user. I ask him enter user, enter number 1. Okay? Because I want number 1 to be entered here. Then I will add another one, another plain text here. If you see it's up on that one. Also I add hint, I will say enter number 2. That's mean hint to the user. But if you see already there's a text here, try to delete it. The text, that means there's something contain inside it. And this one have a text, I will remove this one also. So yes, I just remove both of them and I have 2 input field. I want to display the results. So if you see, this is just input field, something I want users enter inside the data. So I want to display a result, I have to have this one, text field, TextView. TextView use it to display a result. So I add this one here. So I want to do process, I need to have a button. So now go and look for button. This is the button. Here is it. And see it, here is the button. If you click, see, this is the properties. I will say sum. If you see, let's change the title of sum. So every item here in the layout when you click on it, you see he have different properties. You could manage this item from properties. If you see the text, hint, so see this one, the text is, you say name it the results, whatever, the data inside it. But now, you say you think you define this layout, you want, when you run it, you will see it in the same thing that you expect. It may appear and may not, because we did not add any constraint to manage this layout. Let me wait and see. Here we go. The layout does not appear in the same way that we want. See the input, the button, they did not appear the same way here. So what we want to do, we want to have a constraint. So I have to add constraint from this way and this side. That's mean, hey, always this button add constraint from this side and add constraint from this side. That's mean this button always added in the middle. If you want to remove any constraint, just click here and delete it if you don't want it. If you want to add it, just click here and add it. So I want to add also a constraint app. Constraint mean you want to pin something. So I want to pin this one in this place all the time. So I pin it from this side, this side, this side, which is great. Also, I want to do this one, same thing. I want to pin it to the app one. I want to pin it to this one, this side, and I want to pin it that side. Hopefully now I have it everything. Hey, he already pin it for us from this side. I just pin it again. Just remove it and pin it again. Okay, now I have this pinned from, this pinned from this side, this side, this side, and this one pinned. This one, what you think? From where I have to pin it? For sure I have to pin it from this side. And it is preferred to pin it also from app, so he always keep it in this place. So I always keep it. Hopefully I just pin it correctly. Okay, sorry, there's some pinning, wrong pinning. He also add pinning for us, so it's better to up. I will remove all the pins. See, I have here some pinning problem. So remove all the pinning, take it up for you. And he already add pinning for us. So to avoid this thing, just stop pinning and remove any pin to make it easy for you. And add it connected to this one. Up. Wait. Remove. Wait. Pin it this one, pin this one to this one, and also this one to this one. I try to keep it in this place all the time. Also, I want to pin this button this place. You could pin it from this side and pin it from this side, hopefully. See, the pinning is really easy, and you pin it from this one, hopefully. You have to pin it to the point. So here you go. Now if I just rerun it again, I have to say everything, pin it on its place. Here we go. See, I have everything pinned. Even if I change the screen mode, still everything pinned without any problem. So button 1, button 2, button input. So yes, that's great. So now I want to see the hint that I add hint. So enter number 1, enter number 2, result, you'll see it here. So now yes, I have a layout. Now I want to do interaction between the layout and the Java code. I need someone enter data here, click some, see result. First of all, how I could access to this one to read the data from it? It have to have a unique ID. If you go here, you have to see here is have ID. So let me name it edit text. Hopefully, again, let me name it edit text number 1. Okay, yes, change the name. I will change this one also to. This one was edit text number 1. Sorry, this one should be edit text number 2. Just give it ID so you could access to it. Yes. And go here, name it this one TextView result. You could name it a result in this way. So you want to show the result inside it. This one, the button, you could name it BU sum. Now I have everything have specific ID. This one have ID ET number 1. This one have ID ET number 2. This one have ID TextView result. This one have ID beaten sum. Now I want to, when someone click on this button, I do the process. So first of all, I have to have event click button. So it's better to go here and do button. Let me name it BU click. This menu define event. I define event, name it BU click. Click enter. Now if I just go to text, I will see everything. Don't care about what happened here. If you just click preview, we will go into details what this means in next video. But if you select the button, you'll see button highlighted here. One of them you see this red line. That's mean, hey, you said I have event name it button, but you did not implement this event yet. Just click on the error and click create button main. If you see, he went to this class and he create button event for us. This is button. So this one will fire when button is clicked. Why? Because we connected with the button. So because with this one it's connected with the button. So when you click any one of the button, he will understand this XML is connected with this main activity and main activity this one. So he will send it to this name BU click to execute it. So let me go step by step. First of all, I want to read the data from this one and this one. We say this one name it ET number 1 and this one ET number 2. So how to access to it? If you see this one, when you click on it, you'll see have a name, edit text. Is that right? Edit text. Copy the name only. Just go here. Define edit text. Name it number 1. If you see, it doesn't work. This is one important part in Java. You cannot say edit text in this way. If it's capital, you have to write it capital. So you have to start edit text. If you see, let me name it edit text number 1. If you see when I define it, he just already import something, name it edit text. This is he will use it. Also I define edit text second one, edit text number 2. Now I define it here. I need to initialize that. I need to connect this variable with this edit text. This is important part in Android. So this name it edit text, name it edit text number 1. So I connect it. Okay, I will say I have edit text. Oh cool. I want to, from this Java file, access to this UI. How I do? I will do find view by ID, look for resource.id, the one that name it edit text number 1. What we mean by this one, and this one you'll see it a lot. That's mean, hey, I have the Java file. Go and look in my layout for something named it r.id.et number 1. He will go and look here for et number 1. He will see this one, et number 1. He will take it, take all this object with the properties and method, and he will assign it to this variable. Because this one is UI and this one is edit text, so you need to do casting. So just open here and do edit text, and you're done. Do same process for the second one. Just copy, paste it. You done edit text 2 and this one 2. Okay. Now what about the third one? If you go here, you have this one. But this one, if you look through it, this is not edit text. This is named TextView. TextView result. Is that right? Okay. You have to define here not edit text. You have to define TextView and make sure you start with capital. Okay? Because it's capital. So name it TextView result. Same thing. TextView result. Oh, cool. You say find the view by ID. Look in my resource.id. The one name it text. The name it TextView result. He will look for it and bring it. Because this one UI, this one TextView, you have to change the same type. So you have to change it to TextView. That's great. Now these three of them are connected. Okay. I could do now when application loaded, this variable already will be connected because they are public. So now I could access to them from here. So I could read the data inside first one. So I say, okay, integer number 1. Oh, cool. I want to read anyone whatever the data that entered in this one. This one, if you go here, it have a number of properties. One of them is the text. That means the text inside it. So whatever you write here should appear there. Okay. So this is the text. So I want to read this value. So for sure, object name dot properties name. So what is the object name? Is number 1. So edit number 1 dot properties name. It get text. That means bring the text from the number 1. Dot to string is better to change it to string. But if you see, this is string. And this is integer. I want to change it to integer. In Java, to change integer string to integer, you say, hey, integer dot parse any string. So you just take all these value and you will add it here. Same process you do it for the second one. You define variable 2 and you say, hey, bring the data from variable 2. Now I want to do the result, so integer sum equal number 1 plus number 2. I want to display the result here. So if you see, I have text result dot set, because I want to set text. Get, that means you bring. Set, you want that you want to put. When you wanted to get data from this one, we said get text. We said this one get, because we are getting. When we want to put data here, we say put text. So you say put text, you say sum. But you cannot say sum. Why? Because sum is integer and this one set text string, so you need to change integer to string. You could do it this way, string and java dot value of. This is just we do it because this is string and that one is integer. So you should done. Now if I run and see what's going on, hopefully everything will work according to what I did expect. Very simple and very, very straightforward. And we'll go more in properties and method in the next video if you had any problem in misunderstanding what's going on. Here we go. If I just enter here 4, you could use keyboard here. 43. This one I would enter this 2 number. If I click sum, he will do 89. Okay. If I just take off, I say 4 plus 5 should say 9. Is that right? The sum is 9. That's great. Yes, we did our first application. How this application work? When anyone click on sum is some button here. It is this button. This button, if you go here to call button name it, event name it view click, so which call this one. This one will read the data from text one. That's mean the data that's here and the data from here. How he read them? First of all, he need to connect with them. So using find the view by ID, find the view by ID. Then he want to display the data here. Also, he do find the view by ID, then set. If you see whenever I want to read data from any object here, just give object name, then the properties name. When I set data object name dot properties name. Here we done, and thank you for watching.